name while you're here? This isn't a police line.
I said Twitter tweets. You know how to tweet, don't you, Stewie? You just type 140 characters and you hit send.
Stop recording. I don't want it. I need her to start from the top.
It doesn't matter. Just
keep going.
Just keep going.
No, you need to stop.
Okay, fine. Okay, we there.
Boop. I can see the red.
There's a red dot in the front.
There's only one task in game. Oh, across the middle of the field is open.
Good afternoon, I'm Madison Storm.
And I'm Jimmy Warzinski, and you're watching The Interns.
Since this is our final episode of The Interns, we have a lot of news for you today. We'll be going from topic to topic, so get a snack, get comfortable, and let's go. First up today, we're going to discuss some global news.
Donald Trump recently hit the 100-day mark as the President of the United States. Contrary to his claim that his administration has accomplished more in the past 90 days as opposed to the past administrations, Trump has only delivered on some campaign promises. The president proposed a new health care plan, which has caused a lot of controversy among Americans. This new plan has not been passed yet, so we are all waiting patiently to see what will come next from the Trump administration.
Popular actor Johnny Depp surprised fans at Disneyland last week by making an appearance on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. Fans were surprised to see him waving his sword and acting in character in the middle of the attraction. I bet that was a nice change from the animatronic versions of his character that appear throughout the ride.
A Taiwanese hiker was found deep in Nepal after being missing for nearly 7 weeks. Rescuers found the hiker and his friend far into the trail. The hikers were caught in a snowstorm on their way to Langtang, and one of them died 3 days prior to being rescued. They took shelter in a cave, but after 10 days, they'd run out of food. We wish a safe recovery to the survivor.
Recently, the co-founder of Google, Larry Page, backed the creation of the world's first flying car. The flyer looks like a giant drone with the driver sitting on top. According to the Federal Aviation Administration, it falls under the ultralight category, and owners will not need a pilot's license to operate one. The price of the flyer will be released closer to the launch.
I think that would be a cool thing to have, but it's probably going to cost as much as my college education.
I wouldn't argue with that. Now we're going to go to Graham with the weather, but I have to warn you, this is his first day on the job, and he kind of forgot to put a report together, so he just made some guesses. Good thing he only has to be right 50% of the time.
Thanks, Madison. Our night looks very bad. We have a 100% chance of rain over the Carroll County area. We all know that the weather around here changes pretty drastically. Tomorrow morning is going to be a good example, seeing as around 9 a.m. we're expected to be in 15-degree weather and snowing. However, 2 hours later, it'll be 78 and sunny. Sunday, we will have the beginnings of a drought. Monday, we have a high of 104 degrees and a low of 98. Tuesday, we have a high of 111 and a low of 89. Wednesday, there's a slight chance of it raining cats and dogs. There will be a high of 106 and a low of 87. Thursday, we have a high of 114 and a low of 67. And lastly, we have Friday wrapping it up as the hottest day of the week, reaching a high of 123 and a low of 107. Thanks for your time, and back to you, Madison and Jimmy.
Okay, you should tell me when.
In the world of sports, the NBA playoffs are underway. Although many of the first round games were close, all of the favorites advanced. The playoffs are currently in round 2. The Celtics currently lead the Wizards 3-2, while the Cavaliers-Raptors series has been completed, with Cleveland sweeping Toronto 4-0. In the West, the Spurs lead the Rockets with an all-important Game 6 being played tonight at 8 p.m. The Warriors get some rest as they have already swept the Jazz, and there are some very interesting stories so far in the NBA. The saddest of them all is what happened with Isaiah Thomas's 22-year-old sister. She got into a fatal car accident just days before the first playoff game. Although this was a painful loss for Isaiah, he has yet to miss a game so far this postseason. On a lighter note, both the Cavaliers and the Warriors seem poised to once again meet in the NBA Finals. The Cavs have swept both of their matchups so far in the East, and the Warriors have done the same, winning games by an average of nearly 17 points. Cleveland and Golden State have made NBA history as the only two teams who begin in the playoffs 8-0. This NBA playoff season is likely to end dramatically in the finals with yet another Cavs-Warriors rematch. Until then, everyone will be enjoying another exciting finish to the season.
Major League Baseball is also underway, and the first month of the regular season is complete. The current leaders in each American League division are the Baltimore Orioles, the Cleveland Indians, and the Houston Astros. In the National League division leaders, the Washington Nationals, the Cincinnati Reds, and the Colorado Rockies. One of the biggest surprises so far this season is the reemergence of the New York Yankees. After being an average team for the past 4 years, they're finally back to being the Bronx Bombers, and they currently hold one of the best records in baseball. The Cubs, however, who have been advertised as one of the better teams in the MLB, are third in the NL Central Division and only one game above 500. The baseball season is still young, however, and much can change between now and October, so be sure to keep up with your favorite teams.
Next up, we've got a special treat for you. This past weekend, Jimmy and his mom, Jenny, baked up something sweet. Let's take a look.
I'm here with Miss Jenny Warzinski today, and what are we making?
We are going to be making an apple pie. We're going to start with the pie crust. I'm using a recipe from, of course, the Martha Stewart Pies and Tarts cookbook. We're starting with pâté brisé, which is what she uses for her basic pie crust.
So we're making all of this from scratch then?
Yes, we are. We're not using a store-bought pie crust. So of course we start with flour. I've already measured the 2.5 cups all-purpose flour. I'm going to measure a teaspoon of salt and mix that in with the flour after I add a teaspoon of sugar. That goes in there, and then I'm going to just kind of mix that in. And then this part is a little bit more time consuming, but it's what makes the crust really flaky. You can see we have 2 sticks of butter. I've pre-sliced them so that it's easier to cut them in. Yep, I'm going to pour them right into the flour. Okay. And I'm going to use a pastry cutter to cut this in. And what it does, it just creates a real crumbly mixture.
That looks good.
Yeah, and once you get the fat, which is the butter, incorporated in with the flour, then you add a little bit of ice water, which is what we'll do next. And the butter allows this to roll out into a nice, delicate pie crust that we're going to use to line the bottom of the pie pan. Okay. And then we're going to top the pie with it.
Jimmy, I'm a little upset you didn't bring that in to share with all of us.
Well, it was so good that I ate it all. Madison previously mentioned that in our last episode, this is our last episode here at the CMC, so we've decided to share some of our favorite memories with you. Check it out.
Man, we've done a lot of stuff at the internship.
Yeah, what was your favorite part? Mine was definitely anchoring one of our episodes.
Our program today consists of news stories that begin in Carroll County, Maryland, and stretch all the way around the globe. We start today with some local events. The Carroll County Chamber of Commerce recently recognized teachers at the 28th Annual Outstanding Teacher Awards ceremony. The teachers who were recognized represent excellence in the teaching profession. The 2017 Carroll County Teacher of the Year will be named during the Board of Education's Employee Recognition Ceremony on April 27th.
Yeah, you were really good, but I thought the best part was when me, Graham, and Jake all pelted you with beach balls for the Silent CNC skit. I thought that was a lot of fun, so.
See, I think the best part was when good old Ace Buckshank came in. He really brought the show together. It was just an unbelievable act.
I just have one thing to say. No one will ever be as good as me, and I will always be the best. Who told you they're gunning for my job?
My sources are confidential.
You know what? I'm about to show you who's the greatest right here, all right? You about get this stupid mic off me right now.
Okay,
Here we go. Here we go.
You don't have to.
I'm going over here.
You don't have to.
Let's get this corn all set up right here.
Where did this who brought this in here?
You good? Let's go, folks.
Did this come with him?
Let's go. Yeah, it did. I brought it, and I'm about to show you who the greatest in the world is. So we got a little bit of...
How did that even go in? Is my question.
And we got a little bit
Oh my God, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
And we got a little bit That's about it for me. And that's all here.
Ace was pretty cool, but I think the giraffe specialist was way cooler. She knew how to imitate the giraffe noises, and I don't think any of us could do that.
Hello, Dr. Eliza Goodwin-Swire. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
So our next question might be a little sensitive, but do you know what it sounds like? Can you give us an example maybe of what a giraffe sounds like during labor?
Well, a giraffe makes a sound that's actually too low for us to register, but like a ballpark guess is like 10 times like lower than like 10 times lower than that, like that. So
it's kind of like a silent groan almost.
yeah, you can try it, but you probably do chicken, so.
I think the giraffe specialist wasn't all that great. The best part was when we did the game show. That was a lot of fun to be a part of. All right, next question. Where are some places where you're not allowed to touch anything?
A museum.
A museum. Show me a museum. Oh, that is the number one answer.
We're gonna play.
All right, they're gonna play. All right. All right. Mike.
Yes.
Where are some places you're not allowed to touch anything?
How about a jewelry store?
A jewelry store. Show me a jewelry store. No, not that one. All right, Aaron, you're up next. Now, Aaron, you got 1X. All right? The pressure's on. All right?
I'm gonna say crime scene.
A crime scene. Show me a crime scene. No. No crime scene.
You're allowed to touch?
I guess so.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
that was a lot of work. I mean, I'm surprised we learned as much stuff as we did interning here.
Yeah, I used to rap chords wrong, and now I do that right. I learned how to edit videos, make scripts, be on air. I think I've learned a lot here.
Yeah, the CMC internship has really pointed me in the right direction.
You could say that again.
That's all we've got for you today. Once again, I'm Madison Storm.
And I'm Jimmy Warzinski, and you've been watching
The Interns.
Oh my gosh, Freddie, you would have expected this.
Okay, stop. Jimmy, you can't laugh.
I'm sorry.
If you do, then you're automatically disqualified. There's some secrets.
West side. West side.
Give me that hat back.
Watch, I'll read this with no problem.
Read it without looking at it. Read without looking at it.
I didn't type this.
I didn't type it either. She typed it.
Wait, stop. I forgot the timer. Stop.
Welcome to Stop. Dude, there's Dr. Pepper in here.
No, mine's Jake's.
This is gonna be like 40 minutes of footage for you guys to roll through.
Okay, now stop hitting now hit the stop record button, please.
It's a big button.
It's red, and it says.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, you got it. All right. Well, my kids, all the, cornholing, cornholio, and we got Baggy. And
Yeah.
Don't cry.
Fine, I'll be back then.
She's gonna be on stage and she's gonna be like,
Guys, I literally have to go.
Okay, man, we've done so much stuff.
Brigham, I'm sorry.
Someone else take my line, please. Someone else, it's a trash line.
Man, we've done a lot of stuff here at the end of
I'll get.
No, I'll do Madison's line, Madison.
no, make it Vern's line. She'll have a line.
My line.
Man, this interview was so great. My name is now Vern.
Vern.
Seriously, I remember back when I didn't know how to rap a chord. Now it seems easy to me. Everyone, really.
I don't even know how to rap a chord.
I guess this internship really has helped.
Just redo that line.
Bring him in there.
Say that again.
Madison's like, man, Brigham really hates us, and Jake's like, you can say that.
Hey, this is Vern.
Yeah, but I was just surprised at how much I was able to learn here at the internship.
Seriously.
It's like, where am I?
It was going well. It was going
I'm surprised how much I could learn today here at the
Internship. She didn't even say this.
She thought she was gonna say it at the CMC. She's like, nope, I'm not gonna say that.
It was pretty good up until
I
that
was surprised by how much I learned at the. You could say that again.
Hey, Vern, where are we?
Alright, that was good. That was fun.
I called you a
that was
giraffe.
I was snacking and the giraffe was hungry and I was on like lunch guard of the giraffe. So I was like, here, you want one? And they were like, sure. But giraffes don't really talk, so. And then boom, baby. It was incredible.
Wow. Do you know what it sounds like? Can you give us an example maybe of what a giraffe sounds like during labor?
Well, a giraffe makes a sound that's actually too low for us to register, but like a ballpark guess is like 10 times like lower than like 10 times lower than that, like like that. So
it's kind of like a silent groan almost.
yeah, you can try it, but you probably do chicken, so.
Go. Donald Trump launches an airstrike on the Syrian base. North Carolina wins national championship in college basketball, and the NBA and NHL playoffs are underway. A woman falls 60 feet off a bridge. We tried to get an interview with her, but all she said was, ah! High school junior asked Emma Stone to prom, but is turned down. Yikes. I'm out of breath, but that's all we've got for you today. Thank you for watching The Interns, and have a great day.